Once upon a time, in a world full of magic and adventure, there existed the powerful kingdoms. One was the kingdom of the cats, a proud and agile race of warriors who lived in a sprawling jungle city. The other was the kingdom of the dragons, a fierce and powerful species that ruled over a vast and fiery desert. For centuries, these two kingdoms had lived in peace, but all of that was about to change. It started with the Great Drought. The once lush and vibrant jungle began to wither and die, forcing the cats to flee their homes and seek refuge in the desert kingdom. At first, the dragons were kind and welcoming, offering the cats shelter and food. But as time went on, tensions began to rise. The dragons were huge and powerful, breathing fire and flying through the skies, while the cats were smaller and weaker, but agile and cunning. They fought bravely, using their claws and teeth to slash and bite at the dragons, trying to bring them down. As the war raged on, the dragons grew tired of the cats' tenacity. In a final act of desperation, the cats' leader challenged the Dragon's King to a one-on-one battle. If the cats could defeat the Dragon King, they would be allowed to keep their lives and stay in the Desert Kingdom. But if the Dragon King won, then all of the cats would be banished forever. The Dragon King was huge, his scales the color of rubies, his eyes burning like molten gold. The cat's leader, although much smaller, was no less fierce. He was a tabby cat with emerald green eyes, his fur standing on end, his claws extended, ready to strike. The battle was epic. The Dragon King roared and breathed fire, but the cat's leader was too quick, dodging and weaving, always staying just out of reach. Finally, the cat's leader made his move. He leaped into the air and sunk his claws into the Dragon King's eye. The dragon screamed in pain and surprise, thrashing about, trying to get the cat off. But the cat held on tight, and after a fierce struggle, he managed to pull the Dragon King's eye free. The dragon, blinded and in pain, stumbled backward, falling to his knees. The cat's leader, wounded but victorious, stood over the dragon and demanded that the cats be allowed to stay in the Desert Kingdom. The Dragon King, defeated and humiliated, agreed to the terms, and so the war came to an end. From that day on, the cats and dragons lived together in harmony, each respecting the other's strength and courage. And the tale of the cat's leader became a legend, passed down from one generation to the next, reminding them that even the smallest and weakest can triumph over the greatest odds.